Hi, I'm Tim Scheib, husband of one, father of five, realtor, and this is Behind the Sign. Being self-aware is extremely important, and I never realized how important it was until I just started thinking about it. And the first thing that pops in my mind was my relationship with my wife. One of the things she told me early on, and one of the things that kept her drawn to me, was the fact that I was able to put the shoe on the other foot. That is something that is massive in understanding where someone's coming from. So she'd say something and I might snap back at her and be a jerk, but then I was always able to step away from it, put myself in her shoes, and be aware of how she feels, and we could talk about things. Now, I wasn't always wrong, but I probably reacted wrong. So if I have that conversation, she does the same thing. She's good at putting the shoe on the other foot and understanding where I'm coming from. We have that conversation and we usually can come to terms and get over that fight, right? Apparently that's not easy for everybody to do. Now, I do need to not snap back, because that's definitely the wrong way to go about it. And I am working on that. I've got some things in the works trying to figure that part of it out, so that I don't crack back at people, so that I think about things before I say things, put myself in their shoes for an instant second before I respond. But I do know that understanding that about myself, that I do snap back, is very big, and that's just being self-aware. Being self-aware is a tool that you can use in everything in your life, and it will make everything in your life better as long as you understand how to use it. Being self-aware, I'm not the best at everything. So in a marriage, I'm not the best at everything. I'm aware of that. And I'm not going to ever act like I'm the best at everything, because I know I'm not. And if I can understand that, it makes my relationship with my wife better. I know that she is musically talented. I am not musically talented. When it comes to the kids, she understands that I'm not. She understands that she is. If my son plays piano, which he does, she's going to have to be the one that helps him with that, because I just, it's not my thing. So there are things that I understand about myself, that she understands about herself, and we communicate those things, and it makes things go so much smoother. Looking at sports, I was a basketball player. I was a shooter. I wasn't the quickest. I wasn't the fastest. For a long time in my career, I couldn't jump the highest. So there were things about myself I knew I couldn't do. I wasn't the best at defense. I tried hard, but I just wasn't very quick, and I wasn't very strong. So when it came to me playing defense, I knew I would screw up. So if my teammate got mad or rolled their eyes because somebody got around me, I didn't get mad at them. I was self-aware. I knew I wasn't good at it. I was working at it, and it frustrated me inside. But me getting mad at my teammate for rolling their eyes isn't, it's not going to help anything. I'm not going to fight my teammate. If you fight your teammate, then things go downhill. And that's part of being self-aware. If everybody on the team was aware of their role and aware of what they could do good and what they could not do good. For example, I wasn't the best at penetrating and finishing. I was a lot better at shooting. My coach always screamed at me because I did fadeaway jump shots. Well, coach, I hate to break it to you, but I know that I'm not good at going to the basket. When I go to the basket, for some reason, that ball just never goes in. If I fade away, I was shorter and I could get it up over the player that would guard me, but if I fade away, I knew I had touch, and they went in more often than not. So I was self-aware. I knew what I could do, and I knew what I couldn't do well. Very big. When it comes to being a parent, I hit on that just a little bit ago. Being self-aware is massive. Understanding what you're good at, I'm not good when kids cry. I'm not good when kids are really, really loud. So maybe I need to remove myself, because when there's loud noises, I kind of have some hearing problems, and loud noises with people with hearing problems give you anxiety and make you go kind of mad. Well, I understand that. So there's two things I can do, and there's two things I do. The first one is I can remove myself and get out of the way. Well, there's three. Or I could tell my kids to go play somewhere else, right? I don't really want that. My kids are having fun. They're laughing. That gives me anxiety. I get mad. But at the end of the day, I need to accept that, because they're just being kids and they're having fun. I'd rather them laughing and having fun with each other than not. So I can remove myself, or I can take a deep breath and deal with it as long as I possibly can. And typically that's what I try and do. And, when I try and talk with my wife, then yeah, sometimes I do yell at them and tell them to be quiet. But at the end of the day, I understand like those loud situations are situations that I need to like either get over or get out of the room before I just start screaming at everybody and ruining their night, even though they're having fun. But being self-aware is big, and understanding where I sit in that position, understanding that I'm not the best cook, so I can either learn to cook a little bit better or I can contribute. I can grill, right? Like I'm not a baker, I can grill. I can contribute in that aspect. I can grill the meat while my wife bakes the food that goes on the side. Whatever. Being self-aware, knowing what you're good at and what you're not good at, knowing how you react is massive too. So if you're in a business setting, if you know how your instincts are going to react, how you've reacted in the past, and you haven't been able to adjust those reactions, being self-aware and understanding, hey, I can be kind of negative at times. I need to work on that. I need to get better at that. If you're an owner of a company, you have an employee that doesn't like something about you and they don't really want to tell you, but you're self-aware enough to step outside of the situation and look inside and see, hey, they don't like this about me. I either need to address it, or I need to change it, or I need to do a little bit of both. And I can't tell you how many times stepping out of myself and looking at a situation, I've been able to correct that situation because I am self-aware. I do step out of, I think a lot, and a lot of my thinking is, okay, how do they feel? How do they feel? How am I making them feel? Am I really being a jerk?